I believe that financial pressure comes only mostly when you are trying to get what you cannot afford. So I'm talking about intentionality. When you claim that you love your spouse, I don't think there should be anything like, oh, your money is my money. If she earns more than me tomorrow, it still remains the same. Nothing changes because it's a common cause, it's a common goal. I believe that it is when your goals begin to differ and it doesn't synchronize, that is when issue begins to start.
Rutherfohrd.
Hello, Ford Nation. I trust we are doing well. It's Rutherfohrd here. And on Chat with Rutherfohrd, we discuss real conversations and stories that inspire and shape who we become, from relationship to career, your personal growth, name it as it is. Which is why I'm introducing this new series, Things We Wish We Knew Before We Got Married. You will agree with me that there are so many conversations that are not discussed before we get married. So it's not just for married people, it's also for people that are preparing for marriage, so that you can also have some of these conversations, from finance to intimacy to in-laws and creating boundaries, parenting, name it. So I have a couple here with me. They've been married for over a decade and they are willing to be open and vulnerable to share how it is in their marriage. They'll be talking on money and marriage. So meet my guest.
Yeah, my name is Adetoki Adeniyi, and I live in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and I'm married to this wonderful lady for 12 years now, and we've been in courtship for more than 21 years. Yeah, because she's been my friend from way back. Yeah, so my fun fact is I believe in financial freedom, and I also strongly believe in a family that works, because without family, you cannot even have that financial base or prosperity that you're looking for. Thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah, my name is Adetoki Oluwakemi. We live in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I've been married to this wonderful man for the past 12 years. We've been friends for over 21 years, engaged for over 17 years, and it has been a beautiful journey. I can't ask God for more. It has been so sweet and amazing all the way. And fun fact about me is that I respect individual differences a lot. I tend to understand people and work with their their strength, their weakness, anything they put forward to me. I try to absorb it and flow with it with everyone, and I ensure mutual respect for everyone I meet. Thank you.
That's good. Thank you. So we're talking about money and marriage, and just like I said, you would agree with me that there are some conversations we don't really have before we get married, and then when you start the journey of marriage, you realize that it's issue. Based on research and statistics, you agree with me that one of the major causes of divorce is finance. We have other things like intimacy and the likes, but based on what we're talking about today is finance. So as a couple, what would you say has been your major financial disagreements as a couple?
Do you want to take that?
Actually, until now, thankfully, I would say we did not have any. All glory to God. And one thing that has helped us in this marriage is communication. We are open to each other. We've known to each other so well that there is not. If I can share my body, my everything with you, what's my money? Everything belongs to us. It is cars.
So there's no my money.
We're on a joint account. There is unity. There is accountability. Just know each other's strength. Who is the spender? Who is the saver? He has been a business person all along since I know him. I think he started with a game arcade, from game arcade to phone business to outfit business. He has been doing one thing or the other. He's the one that multiplies the money. I'm not too much a spender, but he's more accountable. So just give it to the person that has the strength to do it. He has been doing it and it has been wonderful. No major disagreement. Let's put it on the table. What do we want to do? We want to buy a new home? Let's talk about it. What do you feel? This is what I feel. This is what I feel. Okay, let's have what A is saying. What is the pros and cons? What is the cost and benefit? Okay, I think your idea is a little bit better than mine. This is what I see. This is what I feel. Okay, let's look at it as a team and work with what works best for us. And that is what we have been doing. No disagreements. It has been a smooth journey, and all glory to God.
So communication has been helping. So yeah, what do you want to add to that?
Well, I would say that, like you said from the introductory part of this podcast, you said that finance have been major problem we have in recent time in marriages.
Yeah.
And the fact is that I think that it's because people are not accountable enough. They are not open enough to share their financial strength and weaknesses. I've heard programs where people would say, a husband would say, "Oh, I'm owing $50,000 and my wife does not know." Sometimes I feel like, how possible? If you are engaged, if you are married, I think there shouldn't be secrets, particularly when it comes to finance, because you want to build. You are one, and you want to build that financial future together. You don't want to like be on the separate notes, and So I think that it is, like you said, communication, and again, you want to be intentional about your marriage, particularly about your finance, because a number of people just do things the way they want, anyhow, without even considering the opinion of their partner. And those things really matter. They might sound like very minute, but they are super important to go in a very stable financial home.
Okay, all right, yeah. So you mentioned that you guys have a joint account here. That brings me to my next question, right? Because there is this debate that when you have there is nothing like joint account, it's just separate. It's much more healthier. But for that joint account, for instance, it builds like unity. What's your take? Both ways, because some people also, they can do that joint account and like everything goes in there. But what about the place of like, oh, we want to surprise him for his birthday, things like that? Because we want to take from the joint account, So what's your take on like if couples should have joint accounts, combined resources, or it should just be
So I would like to take that. So my ideology about that, it's whatever works for each family, they should go with it.
Sure.
But one strong thing I know that's been working for us is because one, we are intentional about this old married thing. Even from the start when we started dating, the blueprints were mentioned and we addressed everything, particularly when it comes to finance, because I had known way back, maybe because of my background, because of people I see around. I know that finance, even not only here, even back in Nigeria, particularly, couples that have a kind of career, some would say, "Oh, my money is my money, and your money is our money," and stuff like that. I think that if the common goal is that we want to build a financial future together, then we should all have a common cause. Going back to your question now, like, oh, if you want surprises, like I said, we have a joint account where all of our paychecks and everything goes. Even our investment account is the same. However, we still have savings account. Savings account in the sense that is the only option we have here in Canada, because under your checking, your whatever, you have your savings. So the savings is just like a minute. Let's say 2-3% of your monthly goes there, and it's majorly, like you said, majorly for things like surprises, not for day-to-day running of the home. It's just for basically, I want to do something that I want to surprise you on your birthday and stuff like that. If you have a joint account, you cannot pull out of that. Because we share the same account, if I see any credit notification or debit, I would say it, And again, since it's once things that I'm privy to, the spending that I don't have any issues. I don't have questions. But when I see something strange, of course. And again, she also knows that accountability is the key. Before you spend something, we already debated on it, right? So there's nothing wrong in having a little bit of a savings, but it's not like the major chore of the money is going there, or the income is going there. No, just for something like that. Okay, I want to surprise my son or my daughter. I want to surprise my wife. Yes, we do that. As much as that, the only thing that my wife doesn't would say have access to is my business account. And the only reason is because I have it together with my own savings. I wouldn't always maybe because I'm in corporation, right? It should be a separate entity for my family.
Okay.
You understand? That's the only reason. Other than that, not that I don't open it. She sees what comes in and all that.
Open it anyways.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you don't just
But she
Touch
doesn't
it.
like touch it like.
But I know
you
it's balances.
So that's just it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I'll throw this question to you. Yeah, because it's normal. Okay, not let me use the word normal. But we see it as a thing. Men can earn more than the women. But what in the case? What's of the case where it's the woman that earns more? How do you think that situation should be managed? Right? Because we hear the woman start feeling proud, or treats the man some kind of way or things like that. So yeah, that's what I want to get your own perspective before
For
I come to
me,
him.
it's her money. I don't even check the cash flow sometimes. I just look at the balance. Right? It's her money. He makes more money than I do. And I don't even care. So he's a businessman. I will tell you something. Today I can check our account and see 40 something thousand. Tomorrow morning, my sister, it could be 2,005. He moved it. He's doing something with it. We are building generational wealth. I don't care. When that money is coming back, it's coming back with certain percentage high, right?
Yeah.
It's not coming the same way. So I don't care. It's our money. Even if you earn more than your husband, please be submissive. Be submissive. Don't keep a scorecard. I made 5,000 last month, you made 2,000. It won't work. It won't work. If you can't submit yourself and respect your husband and pray for him, it will not work. That man will have something in him that, I have to do more. You are giving him pressure to do more. Fine, it's okay for you to encourage your husband to do more, but not pressure that won't make him sleep, that won't give him that peace. Give him peace of mind. Everybody wants it and pray for it. Let your man rest and pray for him for more opportunities, for more doors to open for him to earn more, even more than you. Please.
All right. Okay, so that same question. Some men also feel like, she can't earn more than me. If she earns more than me, it's an issue. It's a big thing. Maybe I'll tell her stop at work or whatever. I know definitely in this part of the world where we are,
Nobody does that.
only the man's income rights can't do it. Yeah. So what's your take on that?
Well, I think this question stems from what is the relationship like? Because we've seen so many things, so many versions. The reason I'm saying where does this relationship comes from, so for example, myself and my wife, we've known each other for so long.
Yeah.
We've known our strengths and weaknesses. We were very intentional when we started off. As a matter of fact, of course, this might be a little away from the whole topic. As a matter of fact, when we met, the first thing when I proposed to her was, there is never going to be a time we would have divorce as a conversation in the house. And there is never going to be a day, I'm talking about way back, there's never going to be a day we are going to be mad at each other and sleep over it and start all over again the next day. No. So I'm talking about intentionality. When you claim that you love your spouse, I don't think there should be anything like, your money is my money. If she earns more than me tomorrow, it still remains the same.
Glory to God.
Nothing changes because it's a common purse, it's a common goal. I believe that it is when your goals begin to differ and it doesn't synchronize, that is when issue begins to start. When you think, you know what, I want to buy a jet, and she says, no, I want to buy a yacht, that is when issue starts. But when you, like she said, when you table the pros and cons and you look at your current situation and see the best option for you, and you both agree without any form of grudge, you both agree, I think the sky will be your limit. There wouldn't be anything like, she hands more than me tomorrow or today. Otherwise, that is, the crack where the devil will begin to, creep into your relationship.
Okay, wow. This is really beautiful. I like the whole, communication thing and transparency here because I can feel the energy right here. Okay, now, research also states that, financial stress, this whole financial thing here, right? It adds, it brings this emotional strain, right, in the marriage. So, as a couple, based on financial issues, has there been any kind of, has it affected your emotional connection or intimacy in any way?
For us, money is a tool. We use it to get what we want. It can't affect our relationship or intimacy. Not even our kids, not even our family. Money is the least. Money can control how we feel. We budget, we plan ahead, and we so much love financial peace. We won't go beyond our limits. We won't give ourselves any pressure. No pressure anywhere, honestly. I tell you. There was a time I was laid off at work. I wasn't working for a bit of time. Even when I wanted to go back, I went to school, right? And then school, rather. So he was saying, don't go back to work. Focus on your study. I said, no, let me just work very well. This is Canada. Let's enjoy everything we have here. If I'm able to work for certain hours, I will be able to qualify for here again and stuff. Don't worry. Don't stress yourself. Don't put pressure anywhere. Cut down things you are able to cut down on. Take out that miscellaneous. Cut it. Basic, what's it called? Bills. He will pay it. Actually, no stress. I tell you. Just manage what you have. Plan your resources and stick with your budget.
Okay, all right, amazing. So, upbringing, maybe childhood experience, family, culture and all, they shape us in a way, right? So, is there any money habits based on like all those things that affected your marriage, like so far in any way? Maybe these are my mom did in terms of like finance, these are my daddy did, yeah. As anything like that. Because another thing also is that it's difficult to unlearn some things. Maybe some of these things are not good, right? And then we'll bring it into our home. Yeah. So has there been any kind of like tension based on these things?
So I would say that maybe a little bit of our background also helped us up to where we are. The reason I'm saying this is that, okay, for my dad was a banker was a banker all his life. My mom was a caterer. Our whole mom was a businesswoman, and the dad was also a businessman. So I think that that's coming together helped us concerning budgeting, because I found that many a times they will tell you, you know what, you have to wait for this. This is going to be next time. Say for example, maybe you want to change your shoe and stuff like that. And they know that what, this shoe is not bad yet. You can still manage the next one. So I think that shaped us. That was just an example. So I would say that so far, there has not been any financial pressure, because one thing that is certain, we don't bite more than we can chew. And of course, a number of people that knows us, we know that we believe in step-by-step achievement. We don't want to jump, the process.
Yeah.
And like she said, there's no pressure around. For my family and I, no pressure. Because even if you have $1 million and you flaunt it at me, it doesn't change the respect I'm going to give you. It doesn't change how I'm going to talk to you, or if I'm going to how I see the person generally. Thank you. So if I think that background has really shaped us, to where we are.
Okay. Yeah. So in a good way. So it's not like it's
yes, in a good way, because I believe that financial pressure comes only mostly when you are trying to get what you cannot afford. Like I'm a business person, I read a number of journals. I found that from most of the books I read, that pressure comes from things that you cannot afford. For example, I know it's a trend. Maybe I shouldn't mention it, because I know that quite in Canada these days, because we know where we're coming from, we want to make sure we have all the good things of life. But I believe that it's a step at a time. Yeah. But a number of people just want to jump to step 10 when they should be at step 3. So one way or the other, that would bring pressure to the family. Definitely. Right? But for example, you know that okay, you can only afford like maybe a Corolla. Go for it. You don't want to have any business going to the dealership, right? But if you know that, oh yes, for example, one of my mentors will say, if you earn your family expense shouldn't be more than a 3/4 of your annual salary, right? Annual take home. But what we found, and you agree with me, that a number of people had even spent the entire annual by January or February, right? Now they are now running here and there, and that is where pressure comes in.
And it's also even cause strain, right?
Strain in your home. Yeah. Okay, take for example, like what we see our people do now. A number of people, like they say, pack shifts. It's because of, they are chewing more than you can bite. Yeah. For example, you are indebted to up to like say $600,000, and you know that one job would not settle the bills. Of course, you are going to deprive your family.
Yeah, that quality
time they need, right? So you need to just make sure you pay your bills, and of course you want to satisfy your children, even your wife emotionally. You want to be there, Spend quality time with your children. At least they should know you as the dad now. So you want to do all of those. So I think the bottom line is, let us watch our budget. Let us know what we can afford per time to avoid pressure.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this next one is for extended family. Yeah, because where we're coming from, definitely you have to
Black
support
tax.
extended family. But some people also don't know when to draw the line. So find out in episode 2 about that. Bye.